everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a basic video on basic black ink, which is a staple in any stamper's collection. So I have just 5 options here. I have Stazon Jet Black, Ranger Archival also in Jet Black. I have Brilliance Graphite Black, Versafine Onyx Black, and also Tuxedo Black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp all of these out, and I can give you a little bit of information about each pad, and then we are going to just do a little comparison. So the first one I'm going to start off with is Memento. So I'm going to take this piece of paper. I'm also going to write them down so we can keep track. And I'm going to just take a very loved stamp here. And this Memento ink is a dye-based ink. And when I ink it up, I want to make sure that I get good coverage. And it is also fade resistant, and it also contains no alcohol. So it is perfect for any kind of alcohol-based markers that you'd like to use, like Copics or Spectrum Noir markers, that sort of markers. Really great, and it won't bleed when you use them. Really nice. So that one is Memento. I'm just going to write Memento down. I'm just going to really quickly clean this off, and we are going to move on to Ranger. Now Ranger is an archival ink, so it's permanent, and it also has waterproof properties. So it's perfect if you want to do any watercoloring, like mixed media projects, and painting with acrylic paints and that sort of thing. So let me stamp down here. There we go. So this one is Ranger. Just clean this off, and we are going to move on to Versafine Onyx Black ink. Now with my Versafine, I turn it over and I open it from the bottom because it has this little protective piece here. So Versafine is a pigment oil-based ink, and the oil-based really helps it last almost 3 times longer than a regular stamp pad. And this is really perfect for your detail stamps, rubber stamps, that sort of thing. And it's great for also when it dries for your watercolor projects. Really nice pigment ink. So this one is Versafine. Clean this off a bit. And we are going to move on to Stazon. Now Stazon is a solvent-based ink. When I open this one up, I open it up from the bottom because it has a little protective plastic here that helps it from drying out. Now this one is also archival and it's permanent, but the properties on this one, it's great for non-porous surfaces. Like if you wanted to do some altar art on metal, or you wanted to use it on vellum and transparencies and plastics and that sort of thing. Really, really nice ink, and it's really nice permanent ink. And this one definitely Stazon, will stain your clear stamps. So just a little info there. So now the last one we are going to be using is another archival ink, which is Brilliance. And Brilliance is a pigment ink, so it's great for embossing. And you can also use this ink on photo paper, glossy paper, some acetate vellum, that sort of thing. So I'm going to stamp down really well. I really do like Brilliance. Really nice ink. Just going to clean this off a bit, and I'm going to, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put this aside for a second, and I'm going to actually do another little comparison for the Stazon and the Brilliance. Because they are great on acetate and transparency material, I'm going to do a little comparison for these two. So I'm also going to do Vellum also. I'm just going to ink it up. And I'm going to stamp right down on the acetate or transparency. I'm going to try not to wiggle too much, even though it's kind of slippery, so it won't skew the pattern. Best that I can. Now I'm going to stamp down on the Vellum. There we go. We clean it off a bit. And we're going to do the same with the Stazon. There we go. And let me do the last one on the acetate. Vellum. There we go. So when you stamp on these non-porous surfaces or semi-porous surfaces, we're going to do a little bit of heat setting just to make sure that it's dry, so it won't smear. I'm just going to heat it a bit with my tool here. So this one is the Brilliance on the acetate transparency material, and this one is on a Vellum material. We also have Stazon here. This one's smeared a bit, and this one is on the Vellum. So it comes out really nice, and hopefully it dried good so it doesn't smear. And this one doesn't smear either, so it dry well. Really nice. And this one is the comparison for Memento. This one is the Ranger. This one is Versafine, Stazon, and Brilliance. Really, really nice. And honestly, they have different properties for each one, but if I would like to say just a regular stamping ink, I really do like Versafine, and Brilliance is really good if you want to do embossing. So really is a hard choice if you're going to do a lot of Copic coloring, Memento. These are just really nice to have in your collection for different projects that you would like to do. So I hope this helped, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.